Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Tom Shanks Redemption. Now this very well could be the last episode you're going to see or hear. Game over. End of an era. You know, it was bound to happen, wasn't it? You know, but stay brave, all right? Be brave. My game of the week is Benetton versus Glasgow. Without a shadow of a doubt, has to be. 20 points to 17 to Benetton. I hope I haven't spoiled that for anyone who's going to watch the game on the Premier Sport app on demand. All the games are on there, as are other sports. Get into it. A special mention has to go to Joy Neville. Ref that game, did exceptional. What inspiration, what role model she is for other female refs. We want to see more of them. Well done, Joy. You know, Benetton, you've got to say, deserved that win. They were powerful, they were strong, well disciplined, showed great strength in attack and defence. Scored a try early on by Dean Budd, makes the score 12-7. Glasgow hit back with some lovely footwork from Johnson in that midfield. Links up with Horn, who's just been exceptional this year and last year. You know, what a great player he is for Glasgow. But then Benetton come back with another strong run by Stain, takes over a couple of players close to the line, looked really good. But Glasgow had chances. You know, there's a forward pass there from Hastings that hits Matuala. It is forward, it's given. Huge defensive effort though from Benetton on their line. Massive three-man tackles, just shoving Glasgow back. You know, Glasgow miss a penalty as well. Then there's a 22, it's knocked on by Ash on the halfway line. It just makes matters worse for Glasgow. But a big win for Benetton, game of the week, moves Benetton to position 2 of Conference B. What a year they're having. So the third round of the Welsh derbies, you've got the Ospreys v the Blues at the Liberty Stadium. Bit of a tactical kicking battle as we can expect because Sam Davies is so good at it. Quite a slow start, but Scott Williams wriggles through a tackle of Josh Navidi. Now, not many people do that, but shows you the class of the player that is Scott Williams. We see 2 crossfield kicks for either wingers. Really nice. Love seeing them. Little deft kicks right into the space. Easy takes, tries. My moment of the game, now not of the week, but of the game, is Dan Evans just steamrolling Matthew Morgan, sits him right on his backside. Obviously, a big week for Dan Evans in the gym. Must have done a lot of weights that week, but who doesn't? That's what I say. Guilty. We saw a lovely drop kick by Sam Davies at the 79th minute, but the Ospreys defence was solid all the way through that game. Didn't really give the Blues that much of a chance. Really tight and deserved the win. So Scarlets v the Dragons. Now I've always said, nobody beats the Scarlets 6 times on the bounce. And I was right. 22-13 to the Scarlets. Ken Owens, the hooker, plays for Wales, British Irish Lions, has to play number 8 because of all the injuries the Scarlets have got. Did not look out of place whatsoever. We saw and we've seen what a great carrier is, what a great defender he is, how powerful he is. Just brought that to the number 8 position completely. I'm not sure how Rob Evans was not given a try. I mean, Zane Kirchner gets underneath him. The ball is on Zane Kirchner's leg, but then moves off his leg. There's no other place the ball can be than on the ground. But there was no clear evidence of a grounding of the ball. But if you know, you know. If you know what I'm saying. Nothing really too exciting went on in the game. It was a great win for the Scarlets. They needed that. Hopefully they can crack on with their season now. A nice consolation try by the Dragons at the end by Benjamin, but a little bit too late. So Leinster v Ulster in the Irish derby, and sometimes is a little bit boring saying how good Leinster are. But they are. They're amazing. Whether you've got the first string, second string, third string players, whatever personnel they got on that field, they all know what they're doing. They all play the same way. Cronin scores a brace of tries, just bulldozes himself over that try line. Nothing's going to stop him. I'd like to see him with a 12 on his back, actually. I reckon he'd be a decent 12. Ulster come back into the game, but then my try of the week is Conor O'Brien. Now the ball is tapped back off the kickoff by Rob Kearney, goes through a couple of phases, and then Conor O'Brien shows strength, shows pace, shows a great step, manages to get himself over that line, beats 5 Ulster defenders. Now Ulster didn't defend very well through that entire game. Leinster score a lot of tries, end up 40 points to 7. They've got to be favourites for the title, haven't they? So Connacht v Munster. Now this game was special because the 500th try this season was scored. I'm sure we'll get a nice graphic there, guys, won't we? We're bound to have a lovely graphic. We won't. Peter O'Mahony scores it. One for the rugby connoisseur, really. Not much to rave about. Was a try, still the same. The fastest We've got to 500 tries in the league so far, so well done. We thought we'd be talking about Chris Farrell from Munster coming back from injury, but it's more about Tom Farrell for Connacht. He rips the ball free in the first opening minutes, sprints half the length of the field to score. Now, I like seeing a little bit of afters between Blade and Chris Farrell, but Blade soon backs down, as you would, because Chris Farrell's a monster. We see Tom Farrell then in the second half, step inside, feed his winger Blaine Kelleher for a lovely try, but you can't write off Munster. They get a penalty under the posts in the second half. Minute and a half later, scoring in the corner. That's how good Munster are. But Connacht a little bit unlucky, put a lot of pressure on Munster. Jack Carty hits a lovely support angle and line towards the end. We want to see him in the Irish squad, don't we? So Irish selectors, hope you're watching this. I'm sure you are. But you know, Munster won all the same. Good win for Munster. So Edinburgh v Southern Kings, 38 points to 0 to Edinburgh. Southern Kings were dreadful, woeful, probably the worst performance I've seen from them. Edinburgh scored 3 tries really early on. Van der Meer's involved in the first one. Really nice run from him. Links well with 5 to go over. And then you've got a lovely offload from Bergen. Hits Hunter Hill, who's running up the centre like a young Jim Hamilton. Nice link play between forwards and backs for Graham to go over. Scores in the right corner. And then Graham scores in the other corner. And that's again nice play. Mata, strong carry, really quickly recycled. Gets the ball to Graham, scores in the corner. But you know, that just killed Southern Kings off straight away. What I did like, what did tickle me, is Crosby's little front bottom tap on Astle during that game. You know, you look, 26-minute mark, just taps him. It's a sign of affection. It's endearing. You know, just a little, right mate, how you doing? So my moment of the week. Now, for a change, this is a serious one. And it goes to Aaron Wainwright. The guy's a great player already. He's going to be a superstar. There's no doubt about that. But you watch him sprinting, outpacing forwards, outpacing backs, just to make a cover tackle on the touchline against the Scarlets. I mean, he gets moment of the week just for that sheer attitude and that sheer desire. And that's it. That potentially could be it from the Tom Shanks redemption. Cherish them. I hope you've enjoyed them. I might see you again soon, but who knows? Take care. Cheers.